This is Calens Christiana, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, SRM Madurai College for Engineering and Technology. In this video, I am going to give the introduction about what is theory of computation. Theory of computation is the branch that deals with how efficiently the problems can be solved on a model of computation using an algorithm. Model of computation describes set of allowable operations used in computation and their respective cost. Algorithm is nothing but step-by-step procedure and it gives the way to solve a problem. There are three subfields in the theory of computation. They are automata theory and languages, computability theory and complexity theory. Automata theory describes the study of abstract computational devices. Abstract devices are simplified models of real computation, whereas the languages are recognized by automata. Computability theory deals primarily with the question of the extent to which the problem is solvable on a computer. Sometimes some problem cannot be solved by the computer in a finite amount of time. Complexity theory considers not only whether the problem can be solved at all on a computer, but also how efficiently the problem can be solved. There are two major aspects to be considered with respect to the complexity theory. They are time complexity and space complexity. Time complexity, which gives in how many steps does the computation can be performed, whereas the space complexity tells how much memory is required to perform the computation. In order to do a computation, the two parts in computers are very important. They are CPU and memory. So the model of computation consists at least these two parts, CPU and memory. They are further extended into these components. They are CPU, temporary memory, program memory, in which the CPU is accepting the input and producing the output. The program memory actually stores the algorithmic steps in order to perform any computation. For example, if you are going to do a computation on x cube, then the algorithm for computing x cube comprising two steps. They are computing the value of x squared by multiplying x into x, and then the x squared value is multiplied by x to brings the value of x cube. These steps are stored in program memory. Whenever the CPU receives any input, for example, if it receives the input of x is equal to 2 in the sense, the algorithmic steps are applied over this input and all the intermediate results are stored in temporary memory in order to bring the final result. Here, the temporary computations are the first intermediate computation 2 into 2 as 4. Then 4 is multiplied by 2 which gives the final result 8. This 8 is actually the result of x cube, which is produced by the CPU as the output. The automaton is actually comprising CPU and program memory, since these two parts are essential to bring the result of any computation. Logically, the CPU and program memory is represented by states and transition. In this diagram, the circle represents state and the directed arrow represents the transition. With respect to how the temporary memory is configured, the automata is uh, divided into many numbers. There are three important types of automata. They are finite automata, pushdown automata, and Turing machine. In finite automata, there is no temporary memory, whereas in pushdown automata, the temporary memory is configured by stack. In Turing machine, the temporary memory is configured as random access memory. The memory affects actually the computational power. Whenever there is more flexibility in memory, which will give more computational and solve the more complex problems. In finite automata, there is no temporary memory, which consists of only states and transition, and it receives the input, produce the output. Some examples are using finite automata as models. They are elevators, vending machines, and lexical analyzers. In order to implement such kind of computation in elevators, vending machine, and lexical analyzer, we can make use of finite automata as the computational model. And push-down automata, which consists of state and transition. In addition to that, the temporary memory is configured with the help of stack model. We know that the stack is doing insertion and deletion in one end. We cannot randomly do any insertion and deletion over the stack. Parser for programming languages are implemented with the help of the pushdown automata. And Turing machine in which the temporary memory is configured with the help of random access memory. So we can do any type of computation over the Turing machine. We can solve any algorithm. Similarly, we can do any kind of recognition with the help of the Turing machine. The Turing machine has highest computing power over other finite automata and push-down automata. This diagram represents the powers of automata. With respect to the power, finite automata is less in power, whereas the Turing machine is more in power. Whenever it is more in power, it can solve hardest problem when compared to the finite automata. The finite automata can able to solve only the simple problem, and push-down automata can able to solve somewhat intermediate level problem, and push-down automata solves the hardest problem. So before getting into how the automata can be designed, we should know some terminologies in automata theory. The very first terminology is the alphabet. The alphabet is a finite non-empty set of symbols which is designated with the symbol sigma. We can say some examples of alphabet. For example, binary alphabet sigma is denoted as 0 and 1, and all lowercase letters, the alphabet is denoted a, B, C up to Z in lowercase, and the engineering classes alphabet is represented first year, second year, third year and final year. Very similarly, we can define our own alphabet for our problem. And strings. The string alternatively called as word, which is nothing but the finite sequence of symbols which are chosen from sigma. An empty string is denoted by epsilon, which has no symbol in it. We can write some examples of string 001 ABCD A1 B1. 001 is a binary string, whereas ABCD is a string derived from alphabet, and A1 B1, which is the string derived from alphanumeric alphabet. And length of this string, it is nothing but number of meaningful symbols in the string W. Normally, the string which is represented by the letter X, Y and Z. If X is having the symbol 010100, then the length of the string is denoted by mod X, which is nothing but 6. There are 6 useful symbols in the string X. If suppose the X is 01 epsilon, 0 epsilon, 1 epsilon, 00 epsilon, then the length of the string will be again 6, even though it comprises of many number of epsilon that cannot be counted for length calculation. Power of an alphabet, which is represented by sigma power k, which is nothing but set of all the strings of length k. For example, if you are sigma equal to 0 and 1, sigma power 1 is equal to 0 and 1. This is nothing but a set of strings of the alphabet which is 1 in length. Sigma power 2, set of all the strings of zeros and ones which are 2 in length. For example, 00, 01, 10, 11. These are length 2 strings of sigma equal to 0 and 1. Sigma power 3. This is nothing but set of all strings of 0 and 1 which are 3 in length. Kleene closure. This is represented by sigma star, which is nothing but the infinite set of all possible strings of all possible lengths over sigma, including epsilon. So it is represented as sigma power 0 union sigma power 1 union sigma power 2 union up to the infinite length of any strings of sigma. And positive closure, which is represented as sigma plus. Very similar to the definition of Kleene closure, we can divide sigma plus also, but this is consisting of all the strings of all length except except epsilon. Language, which is nothing but the subset of sigma closure for some alphabet sigma. It can be finite or infinite. These are some examples of the languages. Let L be the language of all string consist of n zeros followed by n ones, means that it consists of the strings epsilon. In epsilon, there is 0 count of 0 and 0 count of 1. And the string 01, which consists of one count of 0 and one count of 1. Likewise, we can frame many other strings in language L. In automata theory, we can have one more terminology, membership problem. The membership problem actually gives the answer for the question. Given the string W belongs to sigma closure and the language L over sigma, it decides whether W belongs to L or W not belongs to L. For example, is 0101 is the member of the language which is formed by strings of equal number of zeros and ones over sigma equal to 0, 1. Let us see how to write the language for some description. We can take first example, language of odd length of strings of zeros and ones over sigma equal to 0 and 1. So how we can solve this problem? For odd length, what do you mean by odd length? Which is 1, 3, 5. So for length 1, what are all the strings we can form? The length 1 strings are strings of length 1. So the possible strings are 0 and 1. Length 3, this is a combination of zeros and ones whose length is 3. So how many strings we can frame? 2 power 3, 8 strings we can frame. How I can get the value 2 power 3? Because there are only 2 symbols in the alphabet. So the combination of all the strings of length 3 to power 3, which will gives 8 strings. Likewise, we can write strings of length 5, strings of length 7, and so on. So definitely this language is a infinite language. The next problem is we have to write the strings of equal number of zeros and ones. Equal number of zeros and ones. So how we can bring the solution for this problem? The possible number of zeros, they are 0 in length, 1 in length, 2 in length. Possible number of ones, 0 in length, again 1 in length, 2 in length. So totally the length of string will be, by adding these two, we are getting 0, 2, 4, because there should be equal count of 0, equal count of 1 should be there in the string. So the length of these strings of language will be 0, 2, 4. The strings in length 0, obviously we know it is epsilon. Strings in length 2, we can write 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, but 0, 0, 1, 1 will not be the member of the language. Why? Because here the condition is the string should consist of equal number of 0 and 1. In 0, 0 and 1, 1, only one symbols are there. So we are excluding these two strings from the set of length 2. In length 4 also, we can write all possible combination. As we know that for the alphabet of symbols 2, we can write the length 4 combination strings as 16, 2 power 4, 16. Out of 16 strings, some strings will be selected as a member for L with respect to the condition of equal number of zeros and ones. Accordingly, 0011, 0101, 0110, 1001, 1010, 1100, these are selected as the member of the language. The next problem is write the language for the description. L is equal to 0 power n and 1 power n greater than or equal to 0. So possible values of n are 0, 1, 2. So the strings of the pattern 0 power 0, 1 power 0, 0 power 1, 1 power 1, 0 power 2, 1 power 2, likewise it is going on. So 0 power 0, 1 power 0, that is no 0, no 1, which is nothing but epsilon. 0 power 1, 1 power 1, 1 times 0, 1 time 1, which is 0, 1. Likewise, we can write 0, 0, 1, 1. We can write 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. We can write many members into it. Thank you.